こんにちは。今日は素敵なゲストをお迎えしております。皆さん声届いておりますでしょうか？もし届いていましたらぜひ教えてください。心配なので一応確認してみたいと思います。今ちょっと友達のみの配信になっていかないと、もう大変して何を言ってるか多分さっぱり分かってないと思うんですけども、本日のゲストは英会話教室ペレニアル経営者のドリュー・ロバーツさんになります。小平の一橋学園の線路沿いのところに英会話教室を開いていらっしゃいます。よろしくお願いします。
Good morning, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, please shake your hands.
こんにちは。こんにちは。
こんにちは。で、私は、多摩の魅力は人ということで、人を中心に地域を作ることを目指して、たまちゃんを配信しています。今回はドリュー・ロバーツさんの今を知るということで、こちら側がですね、玉川上水が映り込んでいまして、玉川上水沿いの、カフェギャラリーということで、上川ハウスさんに来て、2人で配信しようということで、わざわざ来ていただきました。ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Thank you.
今日はそのオーナーのですね、今声、岡田さんありがとうございます。こんにちは。音声画像届いてます。背景美しいですということでありがとうございます。本当にね、すごく素敵な場所で、周りも白くて明るい感じですし、もうこちらがすぐ玉川上水が見える感じで、お昼とかにカフェでも利用できるようになっています。じゃあ早速ドリューさんの今を知るということで、始めたいと思います。So now you are owner of English school. So when did you start English school?
My English school I started maybe about 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
In Korea?
Yeah. Yeah.
So who do you study in your school?
It's all mixed. It's kids.
Kids.
It's retired people. It's salary people, men or women. It's anybody. There's no border.
No border.
There's no border for the ages. Yeah. Now there's no borders. When I first started teaching, there were borders. It was only usually salary people. Yeah, salaryman, retired people. No children.
じゃあ子供が今はいるけれども、昔はもう子供にはあまり教えていらっしゃる。
It's a little bit changed now. Children need to study English. It's more important now. For some children.
For some children, yes. So English lesson changed.
Yeah. I prefer the kids. That's more fun.
So what's the point do you teach kids?
It's not just about English. It's about culture. It's about counting money. Anything that I think is useful for life. For life, not just school. No, it's about life. Manners. Say yes, please. No, thank you. Everything. Yeah.
So what's the difference between English, British English and American English?
There's a big difference.
Difference.
Yeah, it's English. Yeah, of course,
Yes.
base is English,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of slang that is not British English. We have our slang, and Americans have their slang, and I don't understand sometimes.
So how about manner? The manner is different.
I'm not sure. I've never been to America, so but we call in fun we call Americans Yankees.
Yeah.
And it's because their manner is a little bit different. It's a little bit they're confident. They're very confident. So they walk in and like this, and we don't like that. We think that's bad manner. British people. British character manner is very similar, close to Japanese manner.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Japanese
yeah.
one.
Original good manner. It's very similar to. Please excuse. Sorry. Yeah. Very similar. Yeah. Not now. It's all changed now.
なんかイギリスのマナーと日本のマナーは少し似ているというお話をしていただいて、威圧的にプレッシャーかけるような態度っていうのはあまり好まれないっていうお話なんですけども。
Yeah. From Showa time, right? Not now. Right.
そうですね。日本人もね、ちょっとね、最近威圧的な態度で接することもあるかと思うんですけども。イギリスはどうですか？ So the difference between older people and young British.
Yeah. Big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah. It's shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Did you go back to England?
I've been back. I haven't been back for maybe 6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah, it's a long time. So my parents died, so I don't have to go back. And it's too expensive now.
Okay.
It's very expensive.
Also,
I don't like traveling. I don't like it. I'm fed up with it.
How about in Japan? Do you travel?
No, not now.
Only in Korea area?
It's enough here.
It's enough.
It's beautiful here. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So,
It's wonderful.
okay. So, what is your favorite place?
There's so many favorite places. Kashikawa is nice. Kunitachi is a nice town. Kokubunji is a nice town. Ido in Kokubunji, that's nice.
その話ね、ぜひ聞きたい。この、配信を始める前にですね、ドリューさんが国分に井戸の水しか飲まないということで、今、井戸の水しか飲まないということで、3カ所、国分寺と小金井と、
No, Kokubunji, Musashi Kogane is at Ido Station, and then Inokashira Koen. There's one tap by the temple. In the temple.
わざわざそこまでお水を取りに行って、
Same water. Yeah.
同じ水源の水が国分寺と武蔵小金井と吉祥寺のところから、井の頭公園のところから取れるということで、井戸の水を汲んで全部そういう水を飲むだけで生活されている。そうするとこう肌が
So your skin goes smooth, goes very smooth.
Yes. So how about in England? Its skin is very.
The water in where southwest where I lived before, in different areas there's either soft water or there's hard water. So in my area it was soft water, but it's not Ido, it's Sweedo. So there's chemicals and to clean the water.
So you don't like chemicals?
No.
Yeah. Now we have a questions. Mr. 米山学ありがとうございます。米山さん。みおちゃん、you are always going. Good morning. Thank you very much. Welcome to Tama-chan program today. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. He comments. Thank you. And お 岡田さん、ありがとうございます。井戸水にそんな効果があるなんてびっくりということで。Yes, I got the information. 情報もらいましたけど、ドリューさん、実は何歳だと思いますか、皆さん。なんと、60歳でいらっしゃるということなんですけど、60 years old.
60, yeah.
60 years old. You look so young.
I don't think so, but I feel very young because I have a son. Young son.
Yes.
That makes you young as well. That gives you energy.
Yes.
You need energy.
Dori has one little
boy.
Cute boy.
He's half.
Half.
So Japanese people think he's very cute. Yeah. For me, it's normal. But...
Yes. So, does he speak English or?
He's learning both. But at the moment, he's speaking Japanese. He's learning Japanese at Hoikuyen nursery school. But I speak English. I try to speak English to him. But of course, first language is Japanese.
Okay.
Second language is English.
ドリューさん、ケイコさんという素敵な女性と結婚されて日本に来て、で最初は長野県に、農家に住み込みされたことなんですけども。Did you live in Nagano Prefecture?
We lived for only 4 months.
4 months.
Because we were work. I had to find work because I couldn't get students at the beginning when we lived in Chiba. So we have to have money. We have to live. So what can we do? So Keiko's best friend Suru, she said, right, there's this daikon farm in Nobiyama, and you can work there. They don't mind if you're foreign or it's hard work. And it's very hard work. And so we went to Nagano, we went to Nobiyama, and the farm's name, daikon farm, is Rindo. And I think probably the biggest daikon farm in Japan. It's huge. It's got so many fields. So you have to work. It's only short season for daikon before it gets too cold. You can't grow daikon when it's cold weather. They're very fragile. They break. So it's only from May to September, and then that's the end of the season. So it's very intensive work. It's very hard work. Start at 6 a.m.
6
a.m. start.
And
then August, it's peak season. There's very many orders come in, and they go all over Japan. And so you're working till midnight sometimes.
Midnight?
From 6 a.m. to midnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, next day, 6 a.m. No time off. It's so busy. But the owners are very, very kind people. They're working farming people. They're so kind. But you do have to work hard. But you get good money, free food, free accommodation, and drinking parties sometimes, and sometimes days off. Sometimes. It was wonderful experience. But
6時に起きて、時には夜中の12時まで働き詰めたけれども、オーナーが非常にいい人で、結構周りの人たちも親切なので、結構いい経験されて、飲んだりとかもされているということなんですけども。So, do you contact with them?
Not for a few years, but last time I saw them, we went maybe 3 years ago and had a party and to say hello, and everybody's very well and happy. Now they have no Japanese workers.
No Japanese
only foreign workers and Brazilians and Spanish, and, all male. Oldest was like maybe 60 at that time. So it's very hard work. So I'm surprised that they can do that. I can't do that now. I don't think I can do that.
60歳でも結構そのハードワークやられてる方もいらっしゃるし、日本人なしでブラジル人とか。
It's very hard. The young people can't do it. They don't. they give up. Mr. ヨネヤ先
send you a message. I think I'm older than you about appearance. I'm 50.
Well, drink spring water.
Spring water. So, why do you live in Japan? Do you like Japanese culture or atmosphere or green?
I like the food. I like food cultures like French, German, English. So I'm interested in healthy foods. So that's one big point is the food culture. And I like the manner. Reminds me of England in the 60s, Showa time. It's very similar. So that's kind of nostalgic for me to experience that manner.
Especially in Tama area.
Especially it's more friendly and more community. You know, thanks to Mizuki-san and you know, people living in the same street and around. You know, it's very friendly. Yeah.
I think so. 多摩のね、魅力はこうやはりちょっとコミュニティが存在するというか、そういうところがイギリスのちょっと昔のイメージがあって好きだということなんですけども。When did you meet your wife?
We met in 2003, maybe, in France.
In France?
In France, in Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I was working in a backpackers hotel. I was a manager, and Keiko came and stayed in the hotel, and I was trying to help her with the arrangements for finding an apartment, finding a language school. So I was kind of like looking after her because she's staying in Nice to study French. So sometimes she moved out after 1 week. She moved to an apartment. So sometimes she came to the hotel and we had coffee and went out. Sometimes showed her around. So we became like friends. And then after maybe 6 months, she gave up learning French and she went back to Japan. So after 1 year working contract, I went back to England, and then we were in contact. So she came to England to study and work. So we lived together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we stayed in England for a few years, maybe 2 or 3 years, and then she said, let's go to Japan. So I had a business at that time, so I was a little bit like, then I thought, yeah, why not? So gave up the business and came to Japan.
Okay, so 奥さんとはスペイン、フランスで会ってトリューさんはフランスのそのバックパッカーのホテルに勤められていて、恵子さんがこう泊まりに来た時にいろいろ語学学校を紹介したりいろいろ面倒を見ていて、で恵子さんがアパートに移った時もたまに遊びに来てたので友達になっていったっていうことで、でその後ね、恵子さんは日本に戻られて、トリューさんイギリスに戻られて、でも恵子さんがイギリスにまた行って一緒に住んでいて、で恵子さんから突然日本に戻りましょうみたいな感じで言われたので日本に来たということなんですけど、So what kind of business did you do in England?
It's not a high status business. It was a car wash business. Car wash business, but it was very successful. And I had 100 staff.
100 staff?
Yeah, there were, at the beginning there were 3 partners, and we had 5 car parks, multi-story car parks in the city centre, Plymouth city centre. So it was a big business.
Yeah.
And then we were paying too much tax. So the accountant said, right, you have to make the businesses smaller. So we'll have our own car parks.
Okay.
And I was my own boss, and they had my partners had their own car parks. So we reduced the tax bill, which was unbelievably high. So we operated under our own names. So the tax was much lower.
なん
It was very good business for that
Yes.
time. Yeah, good money.
100 people. 100人ぐらい雇用されるカーウォッシュの車を洗浄する会社を経営されていて、でもちょっと税金もすごく高くなってしまうくらいサクセスした成功していたということなんですけども、So maybe I can't give up at that moment, but you choose that.
Yeah, it's difficult because you think, the money, the responsibility, being happy, good lifestyle, but at the same time you think, well, do I want to do a car wash business all my life? The answer was no. So, you have to be flexible sometimes. So take a chance. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. Je ne regrette rien.
ね、そんなに成功してたらなかなかビジネスから遠ざかりたくないと思うんですけども、やっぱりこのまま一生カービジネスをやっていくかって考えたときに、やっぱり日本に行って、幸せをbe happy みたいな。
Be happy, yeah, that's healthy and happy, yeah.
Healthy and happy.
I'm still healthy and happy, yeah. More happy.
More happy.
More happy, more healthy, yeah.
もっと幸せで、後悔がないということなので、ね。
Life is an adventure.
Life is adventure. ね、そこまでの境地に自分たちも早くなれたらいいなって思いますけれども。ね。So you have some favorite places, don't you? Malta store.
Yes, yeah.
And I heard Cafe Magnet.
Magnet, yeah. It's new coffee house near Wakaba Danchi. Young master and his wife, they just had a baby. So I want to support them. The coffee's good, and it's not so far from my house. It's like 5 minutes cycling.
立川にある若葉団地のカフェマグネットの若いオーナーがやってらっしゃるお店ですとか、マルタストアもね、結構小金井で。
That's interesting. Please check it out and visit there because the food is very good, very healthy. Flower shop, a vegetable shop, and now recently this year, Japanese sweets shop opened, and young, not so young, but new business. I haven't been yet. There's many different businesses there. So and above is it's old building. It's like 80 years old, and above is kids community space.
Yes, the last time the Malta stores.
You interviewed.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I see. Right. That's very interesting. Very interesting place. Up and coming, changing. The new people are coming in to take over. The old people are ready to retire. They're 80s. A meat shop. They're 80-year-old. Before there was Japanese food, cooked food. They retired because they were like 80 something. So the younger people are coming in now.
なんか商店マルタストア前回もちょっとご紹介させていただきましたけど、商店街の中なんだけど結構若い方が入ってらっしゃって、一種の新しいコミュニティ、ショッピングだけどちょっとコミュニティもあるみたいな感じ。
Yeah, it's very strong community.
ありますよね。以前小金井 Did you live in 小金井
I was living in, before coming to Tama area, I was living in Hanako for about 6 years, in a Showa house, original Showa house. The last Showa house maybe.
Last Showa.
No aircon.
No aircon.
No bathroom. Original.
No bathroom.
No bathroom.
So you went to
Sento. Yeah.
なんか日本人よりも日本人らしいドリューさんなんですけど、ちょっと写真もいくつかいただいているので、見ていきたいなと思います。 まず英会話スクール、そういう、it's a English school.
Yeah, that's my school. 一橋学園。
今、一橋学園の線路沿いに、
So it's old apartment, Showa apartment building. 6 tatami room. Only 6 tatami room.
そこがこう、
It's nice.
英会話教室ペレニアルということで、
Students like it.
でこれは玉川上水沿いをで、これも英会話なの？
Yeah, lesson.
レッスン中？
Yeah.
ね、ちょっとお部屋を飛び出してですね、玉川上水でレッスンをしている姿を、ね、これに選べるんですね。We can choose the location.
Yeah.
まずここの上川ハウスさんもですね、レッスンをできる。土曜日の10時から11時半にドリュー先生の
That's chat.
Chat
group chat. Very informal.
あるということなんですね。これあれですか？これはオープン家開きそのレッスンは1500円でお茶付きで、もうこのね、ナチュラルな雰囲気の、ままここで、じゃあちょっと、オーナーの今立ち会っていただいてるんですけども。
こんにちは。今日は通訳の予定だったけど、全然ミオさんが英語バッチリなので、ちょっと黙ってようかと思って。
ね、こうすごい多分こちら側にカメラを映すと、後ろ壁ですごく素敵な雰囲気で、また1階もね、全然違った雰囲気のお店になってる。
毎週土曜日10時から11時半、お茶付きでドリューと一緒にチャットカフェみたいな、レッスンじゃなくて本当にちょっとおしゃべりみたいな、レベルも関係なく喋れない人も喋れる人も全部なんていうのかなっていうのをやってるので、ぜひご参加ください。毎週土曜日やってます。
そしてカメラをしまして、かな。で、これがやんちゃ坊主のお名前は
Ichi.
いちちゃん。
That's my house. That's the kitchen dining.
こちらのに引っ越されてきたんです。玉川上水。
Yep, very close. Yeah, about 30 seconds walk. And then kitchen side, this is wood, very big wood with taka.
この後ろに背景に映っているのが玉川上水で、鷹が結構玉川上水であんまりオープンにしてないんですけど、鷹が住んでいて、で市民でみんなで温かく見守っているような感じの場所があるんですけど、そちらの近くにドリューさん住んでいらっしゃるということなんですね。
That's why we bought the house, because that's very special, the trees. Very cool in summer. Don't need aircon.
Yes, I think so. そう、やっぱり玉川上水緑が多いので、エアコン使わずにって多分おっしゃってて、で歩いてる時もやっぱり日差しがかけるので、ね、すごく歩くのも気持ちいいですね。
Yeah, it's amazing. You open the window, you can come downstairs in the morning and you can feel that coolness. It's like an aircon. It's amazing. Yeah.
ね、自然のこうエアコンでもう降りたらすぐ空気が澄んでいて、非常にいい。
Natural aircon.
ね、普段はこう今日もちょっと下の方に移しちゃうかな。下駄履いて。
I love geta. You see?
下駄履いて。
Very healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
ね、私もすごい玉川上水が大好きなので、ね、そういうところを外国の人にも評価してもらえると非常に嬉しいんですけども。Did you walk in Tamagaya?
Of course, yeah. Cycling, walking. Ichi, yeah, he loves it. Yeah. It's very safe for young kids. Not many bicycles. It's flat. Yeah, it's kind of safe. Yeah.
What kind of season do you like?
Well, I like all the seasons when they change. But the summer is too long. Not this summer. This summer was okay, I thought. Last summer I thought it's too long. And I like the autumn. That's maybe my favorite. But winter, I like the change to winter, but it's too long. I'm fed up with the cold. I'm always thinking like around maybe December. I'm looking forward to springtime. I can wear getter with no socks. Yeah.
靴下なしでギターを履く春が来てほしいみたいな話なんですけど、私も玉川上水の春ってすごい特別だなと思っていて、若葉がこうすごく芽吹いてくるんですよね。で、1週間もするとあっという間に緑に覆われて。I love the spring season.
Yeah, all the seasons are great. Yeah.
Because the beginning is not so just few feet. It's not so green. For 1 week.
Ping, ping. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 4 seasons. That's wonderful. Vivaldi. The 4 seasons by Vivaldi. That's beautiful.
四季みたいな感じで、本当にそのシーズンごとに。冬もこうなんですね、バードウォッチングに結構いいので、鳥を見るのはいいですよね。
So we say people who watch birds for hobby, we call them twitchers. Twitchers. Twitch is that. Twitch. I don't know why, but we call them twitchers.
Twitchers っていうそうです。そうなんですね。なんかね、そういうこう下駄を履いて、玉川上水歩いて、地域の人とコミュニティ持って英会話教室で、教えながらやってらっしゃるということでもなんていうか日本人以上に日本的な生活をされて旅行もしないっていう話なので You don't go out to
I don't go to izakaya, I don't go to restaurants. I don't enjoy that now. I'd rather go home and eat at home, eat something simple and healthy, Japanese, Western, mixed. Yeah,
So what
change.
kind of food do you eat daily?
Daily, it depends. If I cook, then it's kind of like a French-English fusion style, and something healthy. But I like Japanese food as well. I love tofu. I like natto. I love ramen.
Ramen?
It's not healthy,
It's
but
not healthy.
I love ramen. Every Wednesday, I have ramen. In Hitochi Gakuen is a very good ramen shop.
一橋学園いいラーメンショップがあるそうです。So, what's the name?
I've forgotten that, but very nice couple, and they're so friendly with me. And the ramen, tonkotsu ramen, so it's very, but it's lots of moyashi. and it's like a Fujisan style. And it's very beautiful, and it's delicious, special.
So I had a very good ramen restaurant with a lot of moyashi.
That's maybe the one, yeah.
Mr. Yonia, how to get sent a message. I also prefer summer to winter. It's too cold in winter, but it's one of the greatest point in Japan that there is
Four seasons. That's right. Yeah. In England, we don't have that so much. It changed. Yeah. Sometimes there's 3 seasons. Sometimes there's 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
Hot.
It could be hot, or it's just raining.
Raining, yes, I know. So イギリスの雨の多さは私は経験したことがあります。
Yeah, it rains a lot. Yeah.
It rains a lot, and so I went to England for maybe 1 month.
Oh, yeah.
And so always got rainy season.
Yeah.
And it's so cold for me. Went to boiler room. It's warm.
Yeah, it can be very cold and raining and wet and miserable. And English character is kind of miserable sometimes because of the rain. They're kind of down.
And you don't use
We don't use umbrella, that's right. Yeah, we don't use it.
傘を使わないんですよ。で、雨の日に散歩行くって聞かれるんですけど、お断りしていました。
Yeah, we have maybe raincoat if it's heavy rain and it's cold. We use a raincoat, but that's it. And we don't care if our hair gets wet. We don't mind that.
I have lived in Cotswolds for 1 month.
Oh, nice.
It's a very traditional
Yeah.
style, and they are hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Fox hunter.
Oh.
So they just get some very small garbage.
Garbage?
Garbage. It's no lost. They don't lost food.
Ah, okay, right, yeah.
Very, very good style.
Yeah, because they're living in the countryside, so yeah. So eco.
Yes,
they're eco.
life. 本当に狐のハンターのお家に住んでたんですけど、ゴミとか本当にこんな程度しか出なくてですね。でそれもフードなので土地に埋めて。
So they recycle the food waste?
Yes,
so they're doing compost. Compost, right, okay. Me too. Yeah, I recycle all the food waste, yeah. I have a very big Nihonshu taru, hinoki taru outside, and all the food waste goes into the hinoki barrel. Very big, yeah.
日本酒の大きなタブがあって、そのリサイクルできるようにコンポーストって生ゴミとかが土に帰るように、そういうコンポーストがあるってことなんですけれども、私の友達の草壁さんありがとうございます。みゆちゃんおはようございます。遅れちゃいましたということで、いつも見てくださってありがとうございます。Mr. Kusakabe sent a message and good morning. Good morning. And he is a paraglider instructor.
Oh, interesting.
So I had hang gliding for 20 years.
You?
Yes,
Yeah, really?
yes.
Oh.
So
Wow.
it's a great sport. Now, last weekend I went to hang gliding. And so my skill is going down. So
Skill is going down?
Yes.
Well, why?
I didn't go so often. あまりハンド行ってないので非常に技術が衰えてですね、とっても悔しい思いをしたんですけども、その話を今ちょっとしました。雑談で。
You have strong character.
Yes. I like extreme sports.
Right.
そういうこうちょっと恐怖心あるようなものが好きで、意外とミステリーとかも好きなので。So do you like mystery or
Mystery?
mystery? I like mystery. I read mystery novel. Don't you?
You mean books?
Books.
No, I don't read a lot. No, I like, if I read a book, I like something that's like true,
True.
like biographies or autobiographies. I like about somebody famous or somebody not like a movie star. Very interesting lives sometimes.
電気がを読むのが好き。私も結構なんか電気が好きで、なぜならこうなんだろう、いい時も悪い時もあって、それで全部合わせて人生みたいなそういうストーリーが結構好きなんですけど。
So, for example, mystery. So Arthur Conan Doyle, The Hound of the Baskervilles, that is written in where my hometown is. It's
really?
Dartmoor. It's a national park. The Hound of the Baskervilles is on Dartmoor.
そう、ドリューさんはイングランドのデボン。
Devon, that's right. Yeah.
デボン出身。
Beautiful.
デボンはどんな場所ですか？ Could you explain how beautiful it is?
Well, it's like the Cotswolds. It's very similar. Yorkshire, Moor, Cotswolds, Devon. But there are many more areas around England, but they're all very similar. But actually, Dartmoor is the biggest national park. It's the first national park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's very famous, but Japanese people don't know it. People don't go down to Devon. They go to Cotswolds or London or
デボンはナショナルパーク。
biggest national park.
一番大きなナショナルパークがあって、しかも第1号のそうなので、
beautiful.
イングランドでは有名なそうなんですけど、非常に素敵な場所で、私がちょっとショートタイム滞在していたコツウォルズっていう場所にちょっと似てるってことなんですけど、武蔵野コツウォルズって皆さんもご存知でしょうかね。武蔵野コツウォルズは多摩もコツウォルズみたいだねっていうことで、そういうこうね、あれ固まっちゃった？ネイチャーなものをこう大切にするっていう活動をしていらっしゃる方たちもいらっしゃるんですけど、そのコツウォルズはこう石がたくさんあってナチュラルな生活をしているところなんですが、非常にデボンのそういう町だという。
Devon and Cornwall. Cornwall is the peninsula. It's the end of England. Cornwall. We always say Devon and Cornwall. It's like to get like a set, but it's different prefectures, different counties, and it's very beautiful. Celtic. Kelto. Cornwall.
Celt. You know, pieces of you know, Celt.
She's talking about like the
Kilt.
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 They don't actually wear a kilt. Maybe the only Celt area where they don't actually wear kilts. But Scotland, Ireland, they do. But actually Cornwall, they don't. Devon, we don't think is so Celtic, but it is. But we don't think that so much. Cornwall is stronger Celtic history, and Scotland, and of course Ireland, and France too. Brittany is Celt. They're all Celt. Yeah. Very similar music, traditional music. Very, very similar to each area. Yeah, it's very interesting. Kelto. Brittany, France.
ありがとうございます。ペロニアス、ドゥルさん、ミオちゃん。Hobby is paraglider. She is very attractive and active and attractive.
Very special.
そうなんですよね。なんかそういう学生の頃からやってるので、I started hang gliding when I was a university student.
Right, yeah.
It's kind of custom.
Yeah. Wow.
Reset point.
That's very good. Yeah.
ぐらいがもう少しちゃんとやらないと皆さんに怒られちゃう感じなんですけど。So, when do you feel happy in Japan?
All the time.
All the time.
Almost every day I'm happy. Yeah, especially moving to here, to Tama area. I'm so happy to have a house, nice house, old, reformed house. It's comfortable. It's not so small. It's kind of big compared to Showa house in Hanabogane. It has a little garden. It's got the wood area, all the facilities, hoikuyen, shopping, kunitachi, tachikawa. Takanodai is very good for shopping, local shopping. It's perfect. So I feel very happy, very lucky. I'm very lucky.
なんか多摩エリアに住んで本当に全部があって、ハッピーだ、ラッキーでハッピーだということ。
I don't need to travel to go to other places because this is beautiful.
そう思ってもらえると嬉しいですね。菅原さんに今ちょっと同意を求めちゃいましたけど。でも英語を教えるなんかこう日本人と英語でコミュニケートするポイントみたいなのをちょっと聞いてみようと思うんですけど、So some people can speak English, but sometimes we don't have a good communicate with foreigners. So, so could you advise to us what should I do?
For first meeting, for like if it's like school, then it icebreaker. You have to have an icebreaker, communication point, icebreak. So for me, it's easy because they say, "Oh, you're wearing geta," or "Do you like Japan?" Yes. Why? Nani nani. And keep it simple. Simple communication and smooth. It's got to be smooth. It's best.
もう本当にシンプルなコミュニケーションが一番ということで、もう質問してもらえればきっと答えてくださいますし、普通に接することが大切みたいですね。So actually in Kodai area, there are many foreigners living in Kodai area. Did you have any communication with the other?
Yeah, there's one man I talk to sometimes. I'm not sure nationality. He's Australian, Canadian, English Canadian mix. He's 70 years old, and his business is he's exporting Japanese. No, not always Japanese. Some Japanese cars, vintage Japanese cars, or foreign vintage cars, because they're normally in very good condition in Japan, and he buys them from auction and then he exports it to a foreign country, and he's making like maybe a good business. He's single guy. He's very interesting. He's very intense, very good Japanese. He's been in Japan maybe 30 years, but he's a very interesting guy.
カナダ出身のイギリス、
Canadian, I think it's Canadian, he said.
カナダ人のイギリスの方が日本のヴィンテージカーを、ネットで販売して海外に輸出するっていうビジネスをされているそうなので、なんかそういうの面白いですね。なんかこう日本でどういうふうにビジネスしていくかみたいなのにちょっと興味があります。
And he lives Takanodai.
高野小平も奥が深いです。ね、本当ですよね。Do you have any experience about the culture shock in Japan?
Yes, the first point I was shocked by the manner of Japanese men to their wives. They're a little bit cold to their wives. They don't like smile so much to their wives, talk so much to their wives, or touch so much to their wives. and the wives have to do many, many things for the husbands, like looking at their little boys. And I found that very strange. My parents were not like that. They have the same status, very open relationship, very, very loving. Whereas Japanese don't show their affection so much compared to some English people.
なるほど。やっぱりちょっとね、日本は結構こう男女差がなかなか埋まらないみたいなことを言われてますけど、やっぱりちょっと外国の人からすると、ちょっと奥さんレーブじゃないですけど、ボディタッチもあんまりしないし、対等な立場じゃないっていうふうに見えたようなんですけども。
For example, when it's raining, the wife has to hold the umbrella for her husband. And she's getting wet, and the husband doesn't, say, "Oh, let me take that." Or shopping bags. Husband doesn't carry the shopping bags. The wives have to carry.
ね、ショッピングバッグね、ご主人でもらえないこととかもあると思うんですけど、でもit's changing.
It's changing a little bit. The men are cooking now and doing housework, and it's changing. Still a bit.
Some people doesn't change. 最初に、小平のジムに入った時に事務員さんって呼ばれて非常にショックを受けたことがあるんですけど、I have a name, but some people just say to me, I don't know the name, but it's so unpolite for me. I got angry. I should keep it. Yes. Anyway. So, where do you go to place with
Ichi? So Tamagawa Josu, of course. Well, there's many parks around, so we don't have to go very far. So we've gone to Tachikawa by bicycle. On Sunday we went to Tamazu first time by bicycle, not all the way to like monorail station. But everything's here.
So how about the Tamazu for Ichi?
He not so interested in the animals. Not so interested. Yeah. For example, at the end we went to see the giraffe enclosure, and there were many giraffes, and there was some young giraffes and baby giraffes. So for me, it was very beautiful. He wasn't interested. Didn't even look. So he's more interested in looking at the animal poo. It's like, we say poo.
My son loves Tamazu very much, and he was so surprised that giraffe,
right? Yeah. So big, yeah, but beautiful. I thought for me they're like ballet dancers. The way they walk around, they're so graceful and elegant.
いろんな動物がTamazuにはいるので、うちの子とかキリンがすっごいびっくりして興味津々でしたけど。So, you love your kids and what do you make him?英語が出てこない。どうなってほしいか。
How do you want him to grow up? Like,
That's easy. Happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy.
That's it. If he wants to be salaryman, if he wants to be a doctor, if he wants to be a baito worker, no problem. As long as he's healthy and happy.
なるほど。今ちょっと明確になった気がするんですけど、ドリューさんの価値はやっぱhealthy and happy.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's my parents said that to me. We don't care what you do as long as you're healthy and happy. And you can see that in your children. when you see them. You know, if they're studying too much and not eating good food and they're getting like unhappy and stressed, then that's not good. And that's kind of normal in Japan. Study. You know, be a salaryman. Join the company. You know, yeah, that's one way, but there are many ways to live lives. There's only one life, you know, so you have to be kind of pick something like hobby, you know, and be happy, you know. You're happy, I can see.
I work too much.
Really? It's balance, you know.
Yes, balance. ね、本当に幸せであればいいんじゃないかと言われるとちょっと気が楽ですよね。ヘルシーであって、それだったらもうある意味何でもいいんですよね。It's everything okay.
Anything, as long as they're working. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's high status or low. It doesn't matter. As long as they're working, they have to work. Of course, be independent. That's how we teach children. We push our children to live by themselves as soon as they can. You know, for example, my parents kind of trained me to be independent from when I was, for example, 7 years old. You know, I can polish my shoes, put my school uniform on, pack my school books by myself. You know, that's important. Independence, cooking. So I lived by myself when I was 17 and a half. Yeah.
すごいやっぱり自立っていうところをすごく注力されていて、7歳でももう自分で学校の準備とかもして料理とかも17歳半で独立して一人暮らししてるってことで、ちょっとうちの子はかなり甘やかされてるんで反省しています。So maybe I spoiled my son.
Well, in Japan, it's handai. It's the opposite way. You look after the children even when they're 50 years old. The parents support them with money and.
Yes, my husband said you told too much to him, so I try to not to say too much.
They have to be independent, and some Japanese children can't do basic things that they should be able to do. You know. So, for example, there's an 8-year-old boy or girl on a bicycle with the safety wheels, stabilizers, and they're struggling in the park. They're like very nervous and they're crying. And then there's, for example, a 3-year-old boy on a strider zooming around the park, you know. That's crazy. The 8-year-old can't ride a bicycle, whereas the 3-year-old can ride a strider, which is a bicycle. That's amazing.
Well, actually, it's almost 1 hour. So time is a fly.
Time flies, yeah.
Right. So I try to explain next Tama-chan. なんか今日ドリューさんのお話聞いて非常にヘルシーとハッピーってことにすごい価値観を置いていて、で、自分たちも多分そういうことをしようと思っていろいろ活動してると思うんですけど、徹底しているがゆえに心が解き放されるみたいなところがあって、非常に参考になるというか、こういうふうに考えていかなければいけないなというふうに思いました。今日はありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
乾杯。
色水で乾杯。じゃあちょっと次のゲストも紹介したいと思います。次回のたまちゃんは11月2日の火曜日11時からで、地図研究家の今尾圭介さんにお話を伺います。本先生はですね、出版社勤務を1991年より経て、1991年より地図、地名、鉄道の分野で執筆活動を始めまして、本当に本をたくさん出されているんですけれども、地図上の深読みですと か地名崩壊などを通過されています。2020年には日本地理学会賞社会貢献部門を受賞されまして、今回の上ハウスの、上川ハウス、すいません、上川ハウスの、菅原さんとも一緒にやるんですけれども、水と緑のアートウォークプロジェクトというものを考えていまして、11月23日の勤労感謝の日にですね、子どもたちを対象にイベントを開く予定にしています。そうですね、菅原さんと、地図研究家の今尾圭介さんと、石澤さん、操り人形、江戸時代から続く操り人形の雪石さんと一緒に、子どもたちに向けてですね、ちょっとイベントを開催していく予定にしています。ちょっとコメントも来ているので最後に見せていきます。塩崎正恵さんから心が解き放たれるは素敵な言葉ですね。So release my food.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Yeah. Cry, shout, smile, laugh.
Yeah, I
That's
think life is very simple, but sometimes we consider about a lot of things and we tied up myself and I lost my way and then we will be unhappy.
It's stress. Stress is the very negative thing for us, and we have too much stress. We have all this technology to help us, and actually it gives us more stress. You know, your iPhone and computer and TV, it gives us stress, and we don't think so because it's a normal behavior to watch TV or use your iPhone, but actually that's giving you a lot of stress. I don't use it, so I don't have that stress. So I feel very released and happy.
なんかテクノロジーは便利ですけど、やっぱりテレビ見たりスマホ見てるとだんだんこうちょっとストレス感じて、ドリューさんは全くねそういうものを使われないっていう。
For example, recently there was this PayPay on your. I don't know how to use it. So I can't get 30%, so I don't care.
今ペイペイで 30% オフですけど、そういうの気にされないということで、なんかこう。
It's not important.
そうですね。そこまでいくと本当に幸せになれそうな気がするなっていうところで実践されてるところがすごいなと思うんですけど。
It's too much technology.
米谷さんからも。Encore, bravo, one more time. So he want to, so he, so second time, I invite you next time.
Oh, no problem.
ね、なんかこうやっぱりちょっと自分たちのことをその日本人だからとかタマだからとかいろいろこう考えてしまいますけど、そういう中で原点に戻られるっていうところで非常に今日ドリューさんとお話できていいなと思いました。Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why you're laughing?
I just thought that if you see somebody walking or cycling and they're smiling or laughing and talking to themselves, you go, why? You think they're crazy, but they're happy. There's nothing wrong with being happy, but many people are not happy. You don't see people smiling so much.
もっと笑いましょうね、皆さんね。これね、歩いてハッピーになりましょう。でも本当、多摩もね、いい場所ですし、もうここ本当に緑の歩いてる姿も見えると思うので、ぜひこういう場所に来ていただけたらと思います。今日はありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Be happy.
Thank you.